Okay, in this video we'll be showing you how to do a survey, and we'll do it for just two rooms. We'll do it for a conventional room and also a room with a vaulted ceiling. So if we click heat loss survey and we go to start survey, of course we need a project name, so and postcode and the client name. And the rest of the information, the full address can be done at the design stage when you're actually looking at the report online. So as a surveyor, a postcode, project name, and name, client name will be enough to at least identify what the survey is when it's actually sent to the online account. And again, the following information we don't necessarily need to type in, like the current, what they're currently on, what the proposed type of installation they want, and as well preferred manufacturer as well. We don't need this information, because again, once the heat loss is done, then we can select the appropriate technology and also the model of the heat pump or biomass or oil boiler or whatever. So let's go to next, and then add room. And then we can select a name. You can also type in the bottom right hand corner here, there's a little plus sign. You go to add room and type in the name, and of course, so it's very flexible for any custom names as well. So and all the custom names will appear right at the bottom of the list. But in this case, I'm just going to select a room from there. So we go to dining room. See a little tick there appear, so we know we've got it. Go to done, and then we're going to go to next, and then type in the floor area. So whether you're on site with your laser tool, adding up the floor areas, or you could be measuring it from a CAD file, of course you're just then typing in the total floor area in the box here, and room height, and the total external wall length A. The reason why there's wall length A and wall length B is for the eventuality if you walked into a room and say the room was built originally 200 years ago, and you've got an 18-inch stone thick wall, and at the other side of the room there's a new build. So one wall could be A and one wall could be B. So it just allows you to type in the total perimeter of one particular wall. So in most cases you're going to be just using the total length, total external length in type A. So if we measure the total perimeter in the dining room, for example, let's say it's 12.5, so it's quite a large perimeter there. And then window A, so again we're measuring the total window area of that external wall. So we type in something like that, and the calculation will always work out the total external wall area, and then we will subtract the 3.4 meter squared area of the window. So let's bear that in mind, that we'll always be subtracting the window area by the external wall length. Let's go to internal wall. No, I'm not concerned with internal wall heat loss, because I usually type that in if it was a bathroom or ensuite, measure the internal losses. And let's go to room above, so we click room above, we can say it's bedroom 1, go to done, and then we can go to when the room was built. So when the room was built will dictate the air changes per hour and also the design room temperature. Intermittent heating, exposed location, let's say it's exposed location, and we can add some notes in there as well if we wanted to. Go to next, and then in the floor area, so we're looking at the building materials here, so we could say, okay, it says let's say it's 100 mil of insulation and external wall length. And again, at any building materials you can click the plus at the bottom right hand corner to add a custom building material. Type in the description there, the thickness of each element, so the brick, the insulation, the block, any kind of cladding, and even if you don't know the U value at this stage, you can leave the U value blank or type in a 0, and once you've sent the survey online, it's at that point you can actually calculate the U value. So in this case I'm just going to select one from the list anyway. Let's go to cancel, and if you do create a custom U value, they always appear at the bottom of the list here. So let's go to let's say it's that, window area, let's go to 1.6, and ceiling roof, let's say it's because there's a room above, I put bedroom 1, didn't I? So let's say it's an intermediate timber floor with insulation. And so we've done all that now. Now if you happen to miss something from these building materials, you forgot to click the button, again once the survey is sent to the online software, the cell will actually highlight orange, so it'll indicate that, hang on, you missed a building description is required for the window or the wall, and the cell will highlight orange for you. So it does indicate to you if you've missed out a building material. Go to next. And here we can, if it's a new build, then you might know, what type of what type of underfloor heating it's got. So you can say tiles, and say it's screeded. If it's a retrofit, you can add current radiators. We'll do that on the next one, and you'll see there's a whole list of different radiators. And what the report will tell you is that whether the radiators is undersized or oversized in a percentage, and also tell you the different outputs in watts at the different flow temperatures that you could choose from. Let's go to done here, and let's go to add the final room, and let's say this is bedroom 1, and in this case we're going to say it's a room with a vaulted ceiling. So we click this button there, and then we click on type 1, and here we've got our different profiles, and we've got 8 different profiles to choose from. So let's say it's profile type 3. We go to next, and the goal here is to make sure all these buttons turn green. So let's do dimension 1 first. So if we're on site, we're getting out laser tool, measuring our total distances here. Click on dimension 2 and dimension 3. That's the middle dimension there, the main height. And then dimension 4. Let's say that's 1.2. And then dimension 6, 1 meter. Now we've done the dimensions. Now we just click on the actual wall. So wall A, I'm going to click on that, and we can say is it external, internal. We've got different options here. So let's say it's an external wall. Wall B, let's say that's part of the roof, and let's go to wall D as well. So that's part of the roof, and then we need wall C to be internal so we can get into the room. So they're all green. That's all good. Then we go to next. Window area 1.2. Let's say it's got some Velux windows in there as well, so let's just say 1. Room below, so yeah, we've got the dining room below, so I'm going to use the alphabet navigation on the right hand side. So click on D there, jump straight to it, click on dining room, good. Okay, so that's room below. We don't have a room above, so we leave that blank, but what we do have a roof above, so we click that. And then we go to when the room was built. We can say it's 2016, so it's a new build, and let's say it's let's leave exposed location, let's leave intermittent heat, and let's put intermittent heating on this time. Go to next. And what's really good about this tool here now is that we've got the copy materials. So we can click on copy materials. So imagine you've got like 20 rooms to survey. You could do the first room, you type in all the building materials, and it's likely that the rest of the ground floor will have the similar building materials. You would simply just go to copy, click on the room you want, and it populates all the list of building materials for that room. So it's a real time saver, that is. It's going to change a few things here because I know it's this particular room, bedroom 1, is on the first floor, so I need to click on the floor type and go to that one, and let's say the ceiling and roof, we're going to say it's new build. Let's put that on. It's likely to be better that really if it's new build 2016. And I'm deliberately going to miss out the roof glazing just so you can see the cell highlight orange. Let's go to next, go to add current radiator and select here, and you can see we've got this typical profile radiators, and we also got cast on radiators there as well. So if I just go to say K2, click on a height, and then populates the height automatically, and the length I can type in any length I want. Go to done, that, and then we can go to OK. Oh, go to done. Sorry. Finish. Yep. Make sure. There we got dining room, bedroom 1. It's all good. And at this point, I can select my demo company, ABC Limited. Click on ABC Limited to send to my demo company, and we go to send heat loss. Yes. Are you sure you want to send it? Yes, I do. So go to OK. And the survey is sent. So that is the first stage of using the app to create your heat loss survey. So the next step would be to log on to your account online at heat-engineer.com, and we will then see the survey which has been sent, and we can click through the various steps to produce our PDF report.